You guys been watching anything good recently? Any new shows? Any movies?
Have we? I don't know. You just saw Batman, but you don't want to talk about it because Castle's about to see it.
Yeah, and it's still fresh.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to see it tomorrow, so
Gotcha.
I won't even give
I will let you know.
a one-word opinion on it.
Batman. That's my one-word opinion.
It was Batman.
The. Oh, well, why'd you spoil it for me?
Ah, shit. I'm sorry, man.
I
Don't
didn't know
hate me.
Batman was going to be in it. Fuck.
I feel like I just watched something besides the Batman.
Yeah? You said that you have plans to watch the new Scream tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I do want to watch that.
Yeah. I can't remember. Did
Five
it come
Cream?
from there?
Five.
Five Cream?
Yeah, I want to watch Five Cream.
Yeah.
Why, does the S look like a 5?
No, it's just
Okay.
called Scream.
Okay.
They did.
The S doesn't look like a 5, but I and other people call it 5 cream because the previous one, the A was a 4, so
Yeah.
it was Scroforum. Scroforum and 5 cream. Yeah.
Why does it sound so dirty? It's like, oh god, I gotta clean up
I'm
this
kidding.
Scroforum. I got a little bit of Scroforum on my skin.
I guess so. I think you got some Scroforum on your lower lip there, man. You might want to get that checked out.
Not again.
Not again!
Yeah,
How
I
often
never
does this
saw
happen?
5 cream, but I heard some decent enough things about it for what it is.
I heard it's pretty good compared to like the sequel, other sequels.
Yeah.
Pretty pumped about Sonic movie being out in less than a month.
Holy fuck! It really comes out that soon. I'm just so
Yeah.
used to just assuming that movie. I think it's because the first one was like delayed for fucking forever.
Right,
That I'm
yeah.
just assuming that this one, I'm like, oh yeah, it'll, whatever. It's coming out like in, like 3 or 4 months. I didn't know it was coming out that soon. I'm also
Yeah,
super
dude.
excited.
April 8th, I believe, is the US release. Comes out a little sooner in other areas of the world, but yeah,
Nice.
So for the entirety of like the first week or first 2 weeks or so, however long it takes me to be able to go see the movie myself, I'm gonna be like avoiding social media.
What are you talking about? You're seeing it the day of.
No, but it comes out like March
already have
31st in some areas. I think in like the UK it comes out April 1st, so like people are gonna start
I feel
spoiling
you.
it, I'm
It's
sure.
one of those weird worldwide releases that
Yeah.
you could get something spoiled.
Yeah, like
gotcha.
it comes out later than most other places in the US.
Yeah. I don't think that's the type of movie to come out in IMAX, but if it does, I'm totally gonna go see that shit in IMAX.
That would be a lot of fun.
There's gonna be any IMAX shots in it, but
It's like
it
every
would be a
time
good
he
time.
runs, you feel the rumble in like in one of those like 4D theaters or whatever. Like you feel the rumble in your seat.
I have never been to
heavy
one of
is his
those, one of
feet?
those like D-box theaters, but I have heard that they're fucking ridiculous. I have also heard they are some of the, like, you don't go there to see a movie you want to watch. I've heard some of the best movies to see in them is the Fast and Furious movies because
go, guys.
it is so fucking. I know. This is the end of it. We don't have to go on.
Okay.
I've just heard that it's so fucking loud and the seats are like whipping back and forth and they're like shooting smoke up at you and like misting you and all that shit. It just seems like a crazy time to the point where like you leave there and you're like, I think I had a workout. Like I'm fucking tired.
Huh.
Yeah.
My
Seems
only
like a fun
experience.
time.
My only experience in like 4D theaters are attractions at Universal Studios or Disney
Yeah.
World. Outside of that, I've never had an experience in like a 4D theater.
I think I went to the it was either, I think it was at Mystic Aquarium, which is in Connecticut.
Oh.
I think they have like a theater there, kind of like how the Boston Aquarium has that like IMAX theater next to it where they show like little like National Geographic like 15-minute videos,
Okay,
20-minute
yeah.
videos for like $10. It was a thing like that, and the only thing that was playing was Smallfoot, which was that like DreamWorks animated movie about Yetis or something.
Smallfoot.
Yeah.
It
I don't think
had
I've heard
John
that.
Krasinski and Zendaya in it, and I think Danny DeVito. It was terrible, but the best way to enjoy that movie is watching that version of it because it was cut down to about 30 minutes. They cut out so many scenes other than just the, I guess, major plot points, and they had like a a fake snow thing that would happen, and then they would have
In
like
the theater?
yeah. So they would just like drop like fake snow, like kind of trickle it down.
Yeah,
And then
okay.
they would have like a mountain breeze, which was just a really, really low temperature air conditioner underneath your seat that would just blow at your feet.
Aw.
It was really weird.
Yeah, they do
I was
that
like, this is
for-
interesting, and I saw the movie.
They do it for Polar
Go on.
Express for the holidays,
Oh, okay.
where they like pump
makes
chocolate
sense.
scents and like
That's fun.
so.
Yeah. But yeah, I just remember watching that movie and I was like, oh, this is weird. I've seen this, I feel like I've seen this whole movie, and I looked at my phone. I'm like, we were only in there for like 25 minutes. But that movie had a beginning and an end. They must have done something. They must have cut some stuff out. And yeah, they cut out like 65% of the movie.
Doesn't that say something about the movie if you can make it a half hour and still get the full experience?
Damn.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what I would have missed,
That's like every fucking blockbuster right now. Every movie has to be 3 hours long. Like a
way too
movie
long.
has to not only take your money, but it has to conquer your whole day, so it could like,
Right.
so you can't spend your money anywhere else. It has to like you conquer you.
I had this discussion during our Sonic Mania playthrough with Frank, but yeah, like that amount of time for a movie, like 3 hours long, you need to put a like an intermission or something in between it, because like I personally have the problem where I have to use the bathroom like really bad, especially like maybe like an hour and a half in. I'm like, oh, I really gotta go. This movie better be over soon. So like sitting through like a 3-hour movie, I could never do that in like one whole sitting.
I feel you.
I feel like we had that discussion
I,
with Castle, because
maybe.
Castle said that he's always good to go and you can hold it the whole time.
Oh, I guess so.
Right, you're like that, Castle, right? Yeah.
I don't know. We talked
think
about
we
I
had
said
the same
that, and I
discussion.
also feel like we've had this conversation because I was gonna say I'm also the kind of person who enjoys sitting down watching the 4-hour cut of
Okay,
the
yeah.
Hateful Eight, and I'm like, I think I've mentioned that before.
Right. Okay, yeah. So, all right, I got my people mixed up.
Yeah.
You guys are just so
You're
big
good.
into
I love
movies.
I totally understand. Like, when I go into a movie that I'm like, oh, this movie will be fine, I don't really care too much about it, and I look and I'm like, oh, like fucking 85 minutes, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like, get me in, get me out. I'm gonna have a good time with it.
Just don't waste my time. You
Yeah.
can be 8 hours long.
Just don't
but
be boring, right?
It better be fucking good 8 hours.
Yeah, it's got to be engaging.
The longer it is, the more I look for things to cut out, and then I get bored. So.
Right.
Yeah, understandable. I think the latest Jackass Forever, I think was like an hour 40 or something like that, and
Okay,
it was
yeah,
a great time the entire way through.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just because of how that movie is, where it's just a lot of little bits here and there, and they're very like start and stop. That it doesn't have like a plot flowing through it, and you're trying to like follow a story. But yeah.
And time passes when you're
great.
having fun, and if you're having fun with the movie, then it doesn't feel as long.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, speaking of time passing slowly for movies you're not enjoying, I watched The King's Man, the Kingsman prequel movie the other day.
You're gonna tell me you didn't like? I haven't watched it.
Do you want me to not say anything about it? I mean, I kind of said something already, but if you want to watch it without my opinions, I will stop.
No, I have a fucking love-hate relationship with that franchise, because the first one had such great potential and I fucking loved it, and then the second one just shat on everything.
So this one falls right in the middle.
Yeah.
Where it is not nearly as good as the first, because I've watched the first movie like maybe like 6 times. I
love
really
it.
fucking liked it, and
Yeah.
not even just like the iconic church scene, but just like start to finish, I really like that movie.
Yeah,
It's
like
very,
the flow, the
very
style,
well
like
acted.
everything.
The comedy's like really good in it too. But yeah, that second movie just was just bad, just all around not good. But this one was just. It was, I think, 2 hours and 10 minutes, and it was
Am I going the right
just
way?
kind of like a half hour too long,
Yeah.
honestly.
That's a shame.
I was watching it, and I was understanding what was happening minute to minute, but 3 scenes would go by, and I would go, wait, what the fuck why are we here? It was just very, very forgettable. Not a lot of action scenes in it, and not a lot of comedy in it. It tried to be more serious than the first movie, and then the second movie, because the second movie I feel like tried to be way too funny.
Yeah, so like the trailers for this one, because this movie took forever to come out.
Yeah.
And I remember, the first one was it seemed serious, and it got to the point where I was like, oh, I didn't realize it was a Kingsman movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then as it got closer to coming out, the trailers got wackier and wackier, and then that's when I was like, oh, this is gonna be a bad movie.
Yeah, it's not wacky. There's a couple scenes that are kind of like revolving around a specific character that are a little weird and wacky because that character is weird and wacky, but it's not a fun movie. I was just kind of watching it.
Is it Rasputin?
Rasputin.
He's a wacky character.
The stuff with Rasputin is pretty interesting, and honestly, some of the stuff is kind of funny. Some of it's kind of like, what the fuck is happening here? But still, interesting enough. But everything else was just kind of meh. And then they do that thing at the end, because obviously they're like, not to spoil anything, but they do that thing where they're like, oh, this is how we're gonna wrap it around to the first movie. And I'm kind of watching it and I'm just like, yeah, I recognize what you're doing, but I have no idea what the fuck you're doing. I get what you're trying to do. It's not doing anything for me.
Yeah, like those movies aren't good enough to do something like that.
Yeah.
Man.
There is another one coming out. I think after the second one came out, they said they were making the prequel, and then they were making a third Kingsman movie.
Yeah.
Or a fourth,
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like third in that trilogy, but yeah.
God damn it. So this
fucker's messing with you.
This Clefairy has used minimize like 4 times now, and I just cannot hit it anymore. I did it.
I love
hit
that
it.
cheese, man.
You know what?
It is impossible. I did it.
All I gotta do is complain.
I want you to clip that, but it's just gonna be us talking about the Kingsman, and then you're gonna go back into it. People are gonna be like, "What the fuck? This clip doesn't make any sense." Oh, I see what happened.
All right.
Hey, you did it.
It's been done. Yeah, finally got out of that, dude. That was fucking brutal. I'm trying to get Wild Frank up in level.
Good idea.
So with the sequel to the Kingsman.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
What's up?
Oh, I just wanted to say. Oh, I love this about Discord.
Fantastic.
Okay, Castle, go ahead.
All right, cool. I was just gonna say with Wild Frank, is it a Thunderstone or is it a certain level for the evolution?
It just levels up and then evolves. I don't remember what level.
Okay.
Hopefully
I didn't
somewhere in
remember
the 20s.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe.
Oh my god.
We'll try and save some money after these trainer fights. See if we can make it soon.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
God, don't you fucking dare with my doctor.
We can't lose him again. Not in a fucking cave where he dies from rubble and shit.
Yeah,
no.
why'd you name it Dr. Conrad? It's gonna hurt when we lose him again.
Anyway, that's
we're
all
gonna-
I was gonna say was the evolution.
Yeah.
Go on about the Kingsman stuff.
Oh, I was gonna say the sequel. When I was watching it, I was really trying to justify it as like
Me too.
Like, the first one is like, oh, you're more British James Bond kind of spy movies. And then the sequel was more of, what's the GoldenEye James Bond? Pierce Brosnan?
Pierce Brosnan.
Like, it was like
I
more...
was like the golden of James Bond. I'm like, that's James Bond. Yes, Pierce Brosnan was that Bond.
Yeah. So, like, I felt like the sequel to Kingsman was, like, trying to be, like, more of that kind of spy film where it's, like, over the top.
Yeah.
And, like, maybe more...
You're fucking,
Yeah, like, your Americanized kind of thing. Because they brought in the American spies, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then, like, after I finished it, I'm like... Yeah, this wasn't good.
They brought in your American spies for, 5 minutes?
Yeah. It's such a...
Gotta love that. Put Channing Tatum all over the marketing. Channing Tatum's in it for 5 minutes and then is in a coma for the rest of the movie.
Yep. Just like, they feel like they always do that to the guy. Didn't they do that with the G.I. Joe 2?
You're asking the wrong person. I watched that first movie and I went, not for me.
When it made it to Netflix, I watched that shit. It's terrible.
You seen Snake Eyes yet?
No. I refuse to. Who asked for that?
I'm sure somebody did. The same people who are asking for Transformers movies, man.
Hey, and that fucking worked, alright? Some of the biggest movies
Yeah.
that came out were those fucking movies. That's why G.I. Joe
Thank you, China.
at the time made sense. But it's like, yeah, we failed at G.I. Joe when that was like the perfect time to make it. Why don't we do it when no one's even asking for Transformers anymore? It doesn't make sense.
No, that makes sense.
What?
How do you not see the logic in that?
I want my G.I. Joe Transformers team-up movie.
Oh.
Okay?
I want
G.I.
it now.
Hold on, I'll get there. Transform my Joers.
It's alright.
Ugh.
Yeah, it didn't feel good, did it?
Should feel bad about that one.
G.I.
Well, maybe-
Joe's Formers.
G.I. George.
It's the knockoff. It's the knockoff G.I. George. It's like what you would find at like the dollar store.
Anyway, yeah, I don't think anybody's fucking watching that movie.
I forgot what we were
Yeah,
talking about.
Let me see what the fucking budget to box office was on it.
For Snake Eyes? Ooh, you're gonna make some
Yeah.
executive cry. No, it's all tech. Like,
Sure, executive watching this movie.
Yeah.
Or watching this stream.
this.
Hey, Shibby, welcome back to the stream. Are you the executive that's watching the stream?
Hey, I hope your movie was good. I hope you weren't watching Snake Eyes.
Alright. I hope you were so you could tell us how it was.
Oh man.
No, he's gonna be like, I just saw the Kingsman prequel. It was fucking great.
Oh, finally.
Holy shit, did we do it?
Oh, it's so beautiful seeing the daylight again. I'm gonna try to avoid some trainers on my way down and heal, and then I'll come back and beat those people.
The kid's like, finally, an exit. And then he steps outside. Ah, my eyes! It's too bright!
And then immediately somebody's just like, fight me! Fight me!
He's just crying, bleeding.
Oh my god. Oh, Turning Red. Disney movie. Okay, so I've been seeing a lot of
Pixar movie.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of ads for that movie, and maybe it's just my taste. It does not look good to me, but at the same time, I'm also like not really into like Disney movies and Pixar movies so much. So
Feel you.
yeah,
I wanted to see it. I was actually gonna see if I could watch it tomorrow night after I got home from other movie from Batman.
Interesting
You're just gonna have a
combination.
very movie-filled
Go see a
day.
double feature.
Shibby says
doing
it's
that
so
shit.
good. Okay, well, I mean that goes
Nice.
against everything that I ever thought about the movie. So
I have a conspiracy theory behind that movie.
Sure. What is it?
So during
If it's
the
what I think you're gonna say, then it's you're correct. But go on.
oh, interesting.
is
So
this gonna be controversial?
no,
Okay.
not controversial, but
Oh, it's on Disney Plus. Shibby says. Okay,
that's what I'm trying to get at.
right.
Is during the pandemic when everything was making the shift to the streaming services, there's a
So
huge.
G.I. Joe Snake Eyes box office was only 40 million compared to its budget of 88 to 110 million. Not very good.
Anyway, jeez.
You good? Who'd you gave for
No,
that?
go on, dude.
You feel good about that? Like, no, let's talk about that. Yeah, let's keep going talking about Snake Eyes, everyone's fucking favorite movie.
Look at how tired this Cubone is.
I was just getting back to him. It's just what we were
This
talking about.
Cubone's just like-
He looks fed up.
Anyway.
This is Squishy's face every time I interrupt him with pointless information.
Yeah, dude, you should have seen it. Anyway, you were
Go on,
talking
dude.
about
No.
Turning Red, Disney Plus.
No. You know what? My payback is I'm not gonna finish anything. Fuck it. Nope.
Oh, do you want me to talk about the plot of Snake Eyes?
Yeah, go for it. Give me the synopsis.
Oh, well, hold on. I'm on
Let me know when
Wikipedia. I
he's
have the
done
whole
talking.
plot
I'm gonna
here.
take my headphones off.
Okay.
Okay.